Hi guys.
Hi there.
So I'm here to interview you about Vast Sky. And Norm, I just want to hear a little bit about how and why you and the Lens Foundation got involved in this project.
Well, Genpo and I already had a relationship vis-a-vis the work in the Lens Foundation and the beginnings of Big Mind in the context of the Kanzian Center. And out of that relationship grew discussions about what our foundation could do to promote Buddhism in America beyond the mission that we were already following. And in the course of our discussions, I indicated that I thought it would be great if we could pull together some of our grant partners and related parties to put their heads together instead of just pursuing their own program, to in some way connect their programs to raise consciousness in America. And out of that, Genpo suggested that Bernie Glassman and Peacemaker Circle would join with him and Ken Wilber and his organization, and together they would sort of develop a think tank, and out of that might come some program that would result in bringing together their ideas and letting those ideas flow throughout the Buddhist community and into the larger community beyond just Buddhists to help raise awareness and consciousness. And so we provided the seed money for them to do just that.
Yeah, so your vision is a lot about bringing different people together in the Buddhist community, like get them all on the same boat rowing together, as opposed to having them all do their individual project.
Well, it did strike us, being somewhat outsiders. Neither Norman Marcus nor myself are Buddhists, but we were entrusted with a mission from a guru, Frederick Lenz, who asked us to carry out his vision of promoting American Zen Buddhism and related disciplines, along with yoga and meditation, and to figure it out on our own without the benefit of having been Buddhists ourselves. And when we got into the community to help it, we sort of noticed that it was a bit disjointed and certainly not very well linked. So one of the things that has developed over the years is we see our role as providing those links, enabling those links to exist, and out of them, let's see what grows.
Right. Fantastic. What are, if you could just envision any kind of future for Vast Sky, really what is your most ideal vision of what Vast Sky might accomplish?
That they will come up with a program that reaches beyond themselves and that strikes a chord in the American popular culture as well as the intelligentsia, who find something that is a common theme that will raise consciousness and make them aware of the benefits of the wisdom that Buddhism holds and how it can affect their personal life and also the public life.
Right, yeah, great. So, Roshi, how did you first meet Norm? How did you first get involved with Norm?
Well, this goes quite a ways back. Norm had a former partner and a very close friend, Hal Stanton, who I've known since the early 70s, who was part of the Zen Center in Los Angeles. And when Frederick Lenz passed away, died, I think Norman and Norm, were looking for some guidance on what to do with this responsibility of all this money and aiding Buddhism and Zen Buddhism in particular in the States. And so they called on Jerry Shishinwick and myself, both who were at ZCLA at the time back in the 70s. And we met actually at Norm's place up in Deer Valley. And I think that's almost 10 years now, isn't it?
Wow.
It is about 10 years. And it formed a very close relationship with Norman, his wife Gita, and the other Norman, and his wife Linda. And we all became very close friends, but also they became really key factors in the Big Mind work because they were our first people to grant us money to start doing the work that we really wanted to do, and we didn't have the money to do it yet. And they really were the foundation of getting Big Mind out there into the world. And then back about maybe 5 years now, 5 years ago, we were at a retreat center in south of southern Utah called Red Rock or Red River Ranch, I think, Red River Ranch. And we were doing a retreat there for the board of directors and the advisory boards of Big Mind. And Norman and I were sitting, I think, over a glass of wine, and as Norm said, he brought up this whole thing about the grant partners of the Lens Foundation, and we realized that Ken Wilbur and Bernie Glassman would probably really like to be a part of this, so I called them up, and this is how it started, and we've been having meetings ever since. And really the whole concept, as has been mentioned already, was bringing us all together to do something greater than we could do on our own individually. Like a great team, you know, I've had experience in team sports like water polo. A great team really works together rather than against one another. Mm-hmm. And I felt sometimes that the consciousness movement in the world has been a lot of jealousy and ambition and kind of one-upman mm-hmm. kind of thing. And why not all get on the same page, row together, and really try to do something to really raise the level of consciousness on this planet. And I really believe that we're doing that as a planet, and we're moving in that direction. And I do think that it's possible that in the next few years that we are going to reach a level of consciousness where more people are awake to our interconnectedness, our oneness, and how we're all in this together, and nobody escapes.
Right.
And nobody wins. If we win, we all win. If we lose, we all lose in this race, because we know the stakes are high.